Hello there, folks! Minchul against Lucky Bag. Two players who are considered to be among the all-time greatest players to ever play fastest map. Lucky Bag on the yellow Protoss, and we have Minchul here on the name Pig One Wang, which means, I think it means the king of pigs, and it's a very interesting name to be the king of the pigs, but he decided to become the king of the pigs, and he's here on the pink Terran on the bottom left of the map. Two of the all-time greats, Lucky against Minchul, also known as Gensei. What is he gonna do? What does he have in mind right here? Is it gonna be a rush, or is this gonna be something else? What is he planning on doing here? It looks a lot like a rush, but it might not be. Actually, both people, they're both thinking of more or less the exact same thing. Building their production right in their chokes. How will this work out for either player? How will this work out for either player? I'm not too sure. Honestly, this is something that you don't often see. But this is the only point that Zealots can walk through. The same goes for Marines. So there's a realistic chance that Minchul might be able to keep Lucky Bag out of his base by simply putting his Marines right here, maybe building a supply depot right there, or maybe putting an SCV right there in between. One thing is for sure though. Oh, another barracks. Okay, so triple barracks there in his choke. He was hoping to find Lucky right next to him, like right next door. Not too far away, just right around the corner. That's where he was planning or hoping on finding a Lucky Bag. And well, it's good for Lucky that he didn't find him right next to him. So double gateway there. We have no second nexus. We might... Okay, still no second nexus. Both players are just planning on rushing each other, and I think at this point that Minchul has the better situation right here. He's in a better position to defend the rush than Lucky Bag is to hurt Minchul with the rush. Like, it's gonna be pretty difficult to walk right through those small, narrow spaces in between those barracks. So Minchul has an offensive and a defensive build. In the case where Lucky was gonna go for a Nexus first, Minchul would have been able to hurt him pretty badly. But in this case, because Lucky Bag isn't, Minchul can at least prevent any serious amounts of damage from being dealt to him in return. I kind of like what I'm seeing so far. Nexus coming out there after the gateways and the forge. So this might actually just be, from Lucky, a double gateway into Nexus build order. But the timings are shifted around a little bit. And Minchul is feeling very, very strong here. He's pushing forward with only 8-9 Marines and walks into 6 Zealots. And he's gonna try to fight back even. Not sure if that is a wise choice. He's trying to fight back. The great micro there on display though, so he's managing to kill one Zealot. But now his Marines are getting surrounded by Lucky Zealots. That's a great micro there from Lucky. Really good micro in particular. He might just kill everything here unless the micro on display from Minchul now is so damn good that he's going to keep those Marines alive. Medics are on the scene. And Lucky is deciding to chase down those Marines on the middle instead of going for the all-in attack right here. I think he could have done some more damage. If he managed to get those Zealots right in between those barracks, I think Minchul would have died. Because then the medics can't heal, because they're walled off, and the Marines cannot really fight because there's Zealots on their faces. But, it looks like Minchul now is going to try to kill the Zealots with Medic Marine. Great combination. Once again, good Zealot control there from Lucky. Greater control from Minchul there though. Loses, I think, 3-5 Marines in total in that exchange, but kills 4-5 Zealots as well. So that was definitely worth it. And back at home here, Minchul is now doing something funky. Double command center added on. He's got an engineering bay and a factory on the way. Whereas, let me just set up that location hotkey for Lucky. Now I can jump back and forth. Citadel of Adun, Cyber Core, of course, there as well. Double rover there in the front. It's got a couple cannons there around the double gateway. Kind of functions as a nice wall. The cannons are there to zone the Marines away, so Minchul cannot really break through. I do have to say, though, this is a lot of cannons. Way more than you would usually ever see to protect the choke. He went for 7 in total, and he should be fine with only 4 of them. But he went for 7. Now that does make me wonder, will spending that much money on cannons in his choke, will it slow down his attacks, or will it not really affect things too much? Because that's kind of the thing with these early games on fastest map. If you don't very efficiently spend the minerals you have on exactly what you need, your timings get completely thrown apart, completely torn apart. Minchul going for a double starport. He's expecting shuttles to come across the map. Engineering bay, they're finished up, getting a turret there in the front, and some bunkers as well. So we're not going to see a supply depot wall. It's going to just stay with the barracks wall. But why would he build a supply depot wall if you already have this wall right there in the front? Zealots there. I can't quite go for a fight. Minchul scanned and saw the Zealots leave, and he's looking for the Zealots, but he can't find them. Cannot find them because he pulled them back. He's waiting for Zealot speed, shuttle speed, and the 2 Reavers to spawn to pick them up and go for the attack. Minchul wants to snipe that shuttle right out of the air with those Marines. That's why he's splitting them up a little bit. Getting vision, keeping them on the middle, waiting for that shuttle to arrive. There he finds it. 2 Marines are spotted out. Very quickly runs away after finding it. Marines are on the hunt looking for the shuttle, but they find the Marines, the Zealots instead. Shuttle's pretty far behind, gonna try to fly around. Where there's some Marines lying in wait. Gonna fly onto the high ground. Very smart play here from Lucky. Avoiding the Marines, keeping those Zealots in the front, making sure he does not lose the shuttle with the Reavers inside, but double Wraith arrive on the scene. Great adaptation, great read there from Minchul. Does kill the bunkers. The Reavers are still shooting. The tanks are sieging up, trying to hit those Reavers, and the Reavers have to crawl forward to hit it, rolling into bunker range. And now Lucky's going to try his luck, but I don't think he's going to find much of it, because he gets right on top of the tank, kills the tank, but now the Zealots are going to go down to the bunkers, and the Marines on the scene. Tries to run in, runs in successfully, to try and see whatever Minchul has so that he can build a better game plan. But now we got 4 raids in the air. Is it 4 raids in the air, ready to hunt down shuttles and kill Zealots and kill probes. This is when Minchul becomes dangerous. He is probably the most proactive Wraith player in all of StarCraft. He will hunt down whatever he can find with those raids because he can multitask so damn quick. He can multitask so damn quick. He will find whatever he can and kill it. Nothing slips past his minimap awareness and his ability to scan and scan and scan all the damn time, all over the place. So Lucky back there is just progressing slowly. I wouldn't say slowly, he's doing it very quickly. He's doing it very, very quickly. But he hasn't really felt much pressure from wow, I can't say his name. Minchul. I almost said Mong. I don't know why. I was like earlier. I was looking for a replay to cast. I was looking through the replays, and I was looking at Minchul against Mong, Lucky against Mong, and then I found some Minchul against Lucky. And I said to myself, you know what? Let's save Mong against Minchul for later this week and do Minchul against Lucky first. That's why we're watching Lucky against Minchul. Drop from the top, gets sniped. Drop from the bottom, gets right in there. But Marines on the scene, ready to snipe down those shuttles. Shuttles trying to fly around. Raids are coming from the top side down. And the Marines kill the shuttles. The turrets did help, but the Marines are the MVPs on shutting that one down. I keep saying it again. Minchul. Like, the problem is that Mong often called himself Pig and Wang of course meaning king. He used to have a lot of names, a lot of usernames with those 2 words, and it keeps messing me up. Because in my mind, it's Mong, but I know that it's Minchul. Because Minchul, thought it was funny to copy Mong's names. They were very good friends for a while, and I think they still are. Honestly, I'm not too sure. I don't really see them play together much anymore because Mong is now focusing entirely on his professional play, the normal maps. Doesn't really play fastest map anymore, but I think they're both still pretty good friends. I like to think that they're both still pretty good friends. So, Minchul, being proactive with his raids, but the scans have not really, resulted in a lot of information being gathered because Lucky is not leaving his base. He's staying right there because he wants to build a big, massive drop and do a lot of damage with one single attack because the small drops have not really been working out too well. He's got more Corsairs on the way to take care of the raids. That is I'd say the best response to a raid defense. He's getting observers with speed and some Corsairs to kill those raids. The raids die very quick. They don't have a lot of HP. They die really, really fast. So hunting them down is going to open up some time and space and some opportunities to get more shuttle drops in for about 1 to 3 or 4 minutes. Kinda depends on how many starports the Terran has to rebuild all those raids. We currently do have a lot of raids there on the scene. Let me count. We got 12 of them in one big ball, and we got Valkyries on the way now. So already switching from Wraith into Valkyrie. He's progressing really quickly, really nicely. Actually, this might be Mong. I'm not sure, but it might actually not be Minchul. It might be Mong. I just don't know. I just don't know. Their APMs and their EAPMs are very similar. They also use very similar hotkeys. So it's very difficult sometimes to find out whether I'm looking at Mong or Minchul. It could be Mong. Like, Mong plays kind of like this with bunkers in between the armories and the supply depots. That's kind of what Mong does. Don't see Minchul do that very much. Oh, he killed the observer. He actually... Well, there's 2 more observers on the scene that are coming in. Valkyrie's trying to fight against the Corsairs. Corsairs not really having much success because they didn't wait for the observers. All the Corsairs gonna get taken down. Trying to fight back as much as he can. But oh, Mong or Minchul is winning that fight easily. Really good Wraith control. More scans coming down on the map. What do you see? He scanned the middle, saw nothing there. Scanned the side, saw nothing there either. He's hunting for the shuttles, but he simply can't find them. Because they went to the other side of the map. And now they're returning back home, and they're gonna meet each other. They are gonna meet each other by pure chance, and he finds them. It's dinner time. 1, 2. He gets number 3. He's just gonna kill the raids and try to kill as many shuttles as he can. Lucky is dancing to try and make it hard to click on them, and it actually works. It actually works to dance the shuttles and make it hard to click on them. And he keeps 6 of them alive because all the raids. So that was a pretty smart move there from Lucky. Adapted to what was happening. And I don't think Minchul or Mong really cares about losing those raids because he already has Valkyries on the way. He's almost maxed out, 69 SCVs. He got a lot of factories, a lot of starportees, and a lot of turreties and bunkeries as well in the front. He's looking fine. He's looking strong. He already has upgrades, I think, on 1-1, already on 1-1, so that's very quick. These air units are going to be in 1-1 in seconds as well, whereas Lucky, of course, has upgrades of his own as well. 1 shield. He does not have armor or weapon finished, but they're on the way, getting double air upgrades as well. That's kind of the thing with Lucky. He builds very quick and gets upgrades very quick. But perhaps he's waiting a little bit too long, sitting around for a little bit too long before he decides to attack. He's sitting around for quite some time. I mean, Mong / maybe Minchul, maybe, I don't know who it is. Like, it's one of them two. It's one of them two. I got this replay from Minchul's autosave, so it could be either of the two. Maybe Minchul was observing. Maybe Mong was not even here. Maybe... It's too hard to figure out. It's either of the two. Some dropships coming out. He's going to put some tanks on those high grounds, that's for sure. Got extra gas being mined there on the side. Got more starports there, star gates on the way. fleet beacon finished up, mind control on the way, getting scarab damage, observer speed, observer range, getting air attack and armor, getting ground upgrades as well. Arbiter Tribunal also on the way. He's going to switch over into carriers, that is for sure. And the shuttles still have not yet gone in. He put these observers on the side so that in the case the raids do come out, he has them already there on location. But raids are not going to happen because it's Valkyries all day long. And I'd say this is more a Mong thing to do, drop ships on the high ground. Minchul is more the kind of player to just push through the middle, and Mong is more the kind of player to put tanks on the high ground and be highly, and by highly I mean very highly annoying with tanks on the high ground. And then he protects them with the Valkyries. And I think that's kind of what he's up to right here. Got a recall on the way. Carrier interceptor capacity for Lucky, whereas Mong, I really think it's Mong. I've got a feeling it's him. My feelings just tell me it's him. It's something in my heart, in my bones, in my being that tells me that's the case. Cannons on the way there on the side, drop there over the bottom side, gonna fly over the right and over the bottom and try to hit the main. Whereas the tanks are pushing out into the middle. Big drop there coming. He's gonna drop on top. He's gonna not drop on top. Is he gonna drop on top? He drops right on top of all those tanks. Saw him coming. And he comes all over the place, right on top of the tanks. Oh, they've got nowhere to run, but they are unsieged. Maybe there's a chance for Micro, but they are surrounded by cannons and zealots in the back. Templars storming all over the place. Valkyries kill the Corsairs and the shuttles, and it looks like all the tanks will go down, but so will pretty much all the units that were inside the shuttle. So that fight kind of turns into, I'd say, a 50-50. Neither player came out on top, neither player came out on the bottom. Tanks there. That's a very quick move. This definitely looks like Mong. This is exactly how Mong plays. For some reason, I just recognize it right as I'm looking at this. Their starts look the same, but this is definitely Mong. Not Minchul. I'm sorry, I had it wrong. This has to be Mong. This is exactly how Mong would play. Arrives, kills the Dark Templar. He kills the Dark Templar. But he also mind controls the Dark Archon, but he also mind controls the dropship and gets himself two cute little tanks who put there on the middle and make the push harder for Mong into the middle. Templar on the scene, tanks are sieging up, tanks are on the side, gonna kill the Stargates, but dropships, shuttles, some units onto the high ground, building massive amounts of turrets here, because of course, carriers are on the way there for Lucky Back, and Lucky Back has... Did he get an SCV? No, I don't think he got an SCV. It was just a dropship with two tanks. One tank got taken down, so he's on 204 supply. SCVs are being built here for Mong, pushing into the middle. Got turrets are on the scene as well, trying to build turrets, but can't quite get within range of that one single tank. Has to kill that one first, and he can start building more turrets. Turrets are great against interceptors. We have a couple of carriers finished up there for Lucky. Let me just count how many there are. We have 7 of them at the moment. We have no extra carriers on the way. He's just going to stay with 7. Big shuttle drop. They're trying to fly over the top. Scans are coming down all over the place. They're in the front. Sees the carriers, sees the Dark Archon, sees the Double Arbiter, sees the High Templars as well, and sees probes being sacked to open up more supply space. And all the while, Mong is pushing through the middle. Slowly progressing forward, preparing for the carriers. Big drop there on the top of the left. Valkyries, where are they? They are right there, in between, ready to intercept. Those shuttles are not going to make it through. A couple Zealots do unload, but the Zealots, who cares about the Zealots? As long as it's not Templars, the Zealots are not going to cause a whole lot of harm. And as I say that, a tank dies to a Zealot, which means these couple Zealots there might get a couple more kills. Units are coming back to, clean the house to prevent any more ridiculous amounts of damage from happening. And the cannons in the middle are dead and gone. Mong, or Minchul, I just going to keep saying Mong or Minchul, pushing through the middle quite effectively and quite quickly. And that is actually a massive amount of turrets. He's literally just throwing them out all over the place. it's even becoming a little bit difficult for the tanks to, move forward in between that sea of turrets being built all over the middle. Lucky is not having a great game, but he is preparing himself for the more difficult portion of the game, and that is the late game. He's fully prepared. He's more carriers though. He just lost his shuttles, had some supply space open, built some new carriers to prepare himself for that fight. On the top corner we have an Arbiter that got found and gets killed because Mong or Minchul is scanning all over the place so frequently that he pretty much always knows what's happening. Ropes being thrown away for the greater good. He's got 43 left alive. That's the good part about carriers. You don't really need a lot of money to build them or to keep making interceptors. Using them is very cheap. So you can have a lot of carriers and a very small amount of probes. You might even be able to afford just removing those probes off the gas onto the minerals, and he will be completely fine and probably have a very strong army against Mong or Minchul's very strong ground army here on the middle. He's progressing very, very slowly. Like, this is the slowest progression across the map I've ever seen. But he's doing it while building turrets on every single bit of open space on the middle. We got Lucky trying his luck. Zealots from the side won't do much, too many tanks, and the carriers trying to kill as much as they can, but they find a sea of turrets hitting them right out of the air. So he pulls back home. What he needs right now is a lot of fleet beacons. I meant to say shield batteries. He needs shield batteries, get those shields healed right back up on those carriers whenever the Valkyries and turrets start hitting them. The Valkyries are lying in wait. More scans coming down right there in the front. Can't see the carriers because they moved to the side. So he doesn't exactly know where the carriers are. But as long as this is not getting attacked, or this is not getting attacked, it means the carriers are at least not moving towards him. There's a lot of open space here on the right side though, so maybe the carriers were moving on the right side, but it looks like, the chances are low that that is the case. The chances are low. Lucky pushing across, Arbiter in the air. We have a lot of tanks, we have a small amount of Valkyries, I think that's about 14, maybe 12. Vessel there moving forward, looking for the carriers underneath the Arbiter cloak, but cannot quite find them. Scans, finds them all in a big ball. Shuttles in the back, Arbiter in the front. Arbiter is waiting for the stasis on the Valkyries. And Mong or Minchul is staying back for now. He's got 2 ghosts lying in wait for lockdown. And he's not pushing... Okay, he's pushing forward yet again. While Lucky is too scared to attack, Mong is going to keep pushing forward. We really have not seen a lot of fighting, but I think the fighting is now going to start because Lucky is going to push forward into the middle with, I think that's 2 groups of carriers. That might be 24 carriers in total. That's a lot of carriers. We got 3 shuttles with something inside. He's trying to get a mind control. Oh, it's Dark Templars. The Dark Archon still there all the way in the back. Lockdown being researched there for Mong or Minchul. More turrets being built for Mong or Minchul. I just got no idea who it is. Maybe I should call him Mongchul. Mongchul, like both players at the same time. Mongchul gets an EMP. Reduces shields on a bunch of the carriers, so that's a good move. That's group number 1, and here we got group number 2. So it's 18 carriers in total, 2 arbiters. 1 arbiter is somewhere, I can't find it, but he had 2 of them earlier. Might still only have 1 of them left alive. Valkyries there going towards the turrets. Lucky is ignoring the turrets and going for a kind of a backstab attack. But now the Valkyries, he stasis himself. Oh, that was not the best stasis. How many Valkyries are still in the air? Well, not many. They're all dying. Most of them are locked up in stasis. We have 12 carriers entering and Dark Templars unloading. This is a great move. This is a really good move. Carriers plus Dark Templar. I've never ever seen anyone do this before. This is a great move. Gonna try to kill everything there that can kill the Dark Templar. He's gonna go for the command center. This is a beautiful move here from Lucky Back. It took him 24, maybe 25 minutes to make a move, but he busted a move, and he's nutting all over the place, killing all the detection, killing all the ground. Carrier's gonna hunt down the cities, gonna hunt down the combat stations, gonna hunt down the command centers. This is a such a smart move. Carrier's in the front, out of stasis, locked in a fight with Valkyrie against Carrier, but here in the back, big trouble on the scene for Minchul, as he's trying to kill the Carriers, but the Carriers are killing everything. They killed all the scans. All the scans are gone, but the Dark Templars are gone as well. And there's so much detection on the map that I don't think Lucky cares about. I think Mong cares about a couple of Dark Templars entering the map. Carriers are getting taken down, slowly getting sniped out of the air. The ones in the front already got killed. The ones in the back still in the air, still killing whatever they can. But more Goliaths are moving from the back, from the front to back to kill the couple remaining Carriers. And while that is happening, we have big trouble for Lucky Back here. Right here on the middle. I think that's about 16, 18 tanks pushing forward with the biggest ocean of turrets to support this tidal wave that is coming crashing onto that front door. Dark Templars, they do take down some tanks along with them, because splash damage is a thing. But Lucky is in a lot of trouble right here. Lucky is in a lot of trouble. He has carriers on the way, 8 of them in total on the way. But tanks are already inside the house, broken down the... Oh, that was a cute mind control, but not quite the mind control he needed. But it does get one tank out of the way. The Dark Archon paid for it with his life. We have Zealous being built. He probably needs a proxy gateway base, but I don't think the proxy gateway base will be finished in time. Because Mong or Minchul is already right inside the middle of the base, and he's killing whatever that even comes close to this ball of tanks and Goliaths. Things are not looking good for a Lucky. I mean, that was a great attack move there, right into the heart of Mong or Minchul's base, but it did not get... It didn't kill him. It had to kill him. And losing all of his carriers, oh yeah, it's allowing this army from Pig Wan Wang to just push through all the way towards those probes on the next. He got 43 probes left alive. He's way too broke. He's got no money to build. He's broke. He's building as much as he can, but it's not a whole lot. The supply is not even maxed out. He's getting gateways on the side. Gateways are entering the middle. They're going to clear out turrets on the middle and hopefully turn the tide of the game, but the chances are very slim. Tanks almost on... Oh, he already killed 12 probes. He already killed some probes. So the game is becoming darker and darker for Lucky as the light is almost going to get snuffed out. Templar spawns get killed. We have defensive matrix on every single tank in the front, so they're not going to die anytime soon. And the Goliaths are protecting them with their lives. It's a huge army. He only has 40 SCVs in total. Turrets on the middle, though, getting killed. But I don't think that's even going to affect anything, even remotely. Probes are dead and gone. Probes are dead and gone. Lucky had a couple of really good moments here, but he's going to get taken down right here, right now. He's got a proxy base being built, but the proxy base is 17 probes. That's not a lot of probes, not a lot of money, and he needs a whole lot more money to keep building interceptors because interceptors are dying quick. Interceptors in this case are expensive, and the carriers are getting hunted down by Goliaths, forced to move from side to side to avoid taking damage, but they're getting hunted down, pushed away, kicked out of their own house. Kicked out of their own base. Lucky is relocating. And things are not looking pretty. He's going to kill those tanks here to try and buy himself some time to get more probes up and running on his proxy base, but it's 23. And 23 probes mining from a distance, you don't get a lot of minerals from that one. You just don't. This is the game was slow. This was a slow game. Like in this one game, about as much happened as usually does in about 15 minutes. But the things that they tried to do were smart. Very well controlled. Very patient. And also the patience that the Terran displayed here, it's really not a Minchul thing. Minchul is not a patient player. Mong, however, is a very patient and methodical player. So this has to be Mong. It cannot be Minchul. This is the opposite of how Minchul usually plays. So I'm not sure how to title the video. Do I say like Mong says Minchul against Lucky, or just gonna say Mong against Lucky? Mong against Lucky. I just don't know what to title the video. So Lucky back here trying his last stand, trying to push these units away for one last final time, because this is the moment that decides whether he lives or dies. Templar is getting EMP'd again, twice. Some storms do come down, but the others are just standing there waiting to get decimated. Carriers in the air, trying to fight back, but the Goliaths, he's got 20, 30, 36 Goliaths. I don't even know how many that is, and he taps out. Mong wins the game with a very controlled defense, a very good defense, a lot of scanning, a lot of playing around with Valkyries and Wraiths. So much that Lucky felt too unsafe to actually drop non-stop. And yeah, it worked out against him. He had one great moment of shine and pride where he actually did put Mong into serious amounts of grievous danger. It's such a difficult word to pronounce when you're Dutch. It's such a difficult word to pronounce. He put him in mortal danger. Let's put it like that. He put him in mortal danger. That really beautiful attack with the shuttles dropping Dark Templars, the carriers flying right through the front door, all the way into the backside, killing pretty much everything that was there. But it did set him up for his own demise. Thank you for watching. That was RGB for RGB TV, and please do return when I make a new video.